6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Ayesha Nayab. First, the headlines. Caretaker Prime Minister has emphasized for equipping youth with modern education to cope with challenges of rapidly evolving world. Caretaker Information Minister has expressed the government's commitment to fulfill all requirements of Election Commission to hold general elections. Caretaker Defense Minister says Pakistan intends to increase cooperation with Azerbaijan in defense production. Army Chief has said nefarious designs of forces inimical to stability of country are being foiled through a comprehensive strategy. Vice President of National Conference says Indian government and its election commission are engaged in dubious alliance to deprive Kashmiris to their right to vote. Pakistan has welcomed UN Secretary General's invocation of Article 99 of UN Charter to draw attention of Security Council towards dire humanitarian situation in Gaza. And now the news in detail. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haque Kakar has emphasized for equipping the youth with modern education to cope with the challenges of rapidly evolving world. Addressing the 58th Parents' Day ceremony at Cadet College Kohat today, he said an educated youth imbued with higher moral values could ensure a bright future for the homeland. The Prime Minister said the society could not develop without well-rounded scheme of education. He said modern education, especially in the field of science and technology, guarantees prosperity of a nation. The Prime Minister said an enlightened and tolerant nation at peace with itself and the world was the key to stability and harmony in the society. Highlighting the central role of teachers in the overall education system, the Prime Minister urged them to pay full attention to groom and guide the future of the country. He said the parents also have to shoulder their part of the responsibility in imparting better training and grooming of the youth. Referring to the academic excellence of Cadet College Kohat, the Prime Minister urged the cadets to concentrate on their studies and take full advantage of the time and facilities available to achieve success in their lives. President Dr. Arif Alvi has said that Pakistan needs to employ less water-intensive practices like drip and spray irrigation in agriculture to avert the looming crisis of water shortage. In a video link addressed to the International Conference on Transformative Pathways for Water and Food Systems in the Climate Resilient Pakistan, held in Karachi, he said the agriculture sector consumes approximately 95% of the country's water. The president said the country needs effective management to secure its existing water resources. He emphasized research and technological innovation to promote modern agricultural technologies at grassroots level. He said there was a need to educate farmers about water conservation, rainwater harvesting, and aquifer technologies. Caretaker Minister for Information and Broadcasting Murtaza Solanki has categorically said that general elections will be held on 8th February next year, dispelling all doubts. Talking to the media along with Sindh Information Minister Muhammad Ahmad Shah in Karachi today, he expressed the government's commitment to fulfill all financial, administrative and security requirements of Election Commission of Pakistan in holding elections in free, fair and transparent manner. Murtaza Solanki said no other institution but the Election Commission is responsible for conducting elections while the government will assist it in this regard. He said it was right of the people to bring the government of their choice to federal and provincial level through elections. The minister said that the caretaker government is taking concrete measures to bring improvement in all sectors so that the country could be handed over to the elected government in better condition. Defense Minister Anwar Ali Haider has said Pakistan intends to increase cooperation with Azerbaijan in defense production. Talking to the ambassador of Azerbaijan, Khazar Farado, who called on him in Rawalpindi today, Anwar Ali Haider said Pakistan views Azerbaijan as an important country due to its strategic location, immense resources and fast-growing economy. Anwar Ali Haider said bilateral brotherly relations between the two countries are based on historical, cultural, and religious commonalities. Pakistan Stock Exchange continued its positive trend today with a rise of 800 points in the KSE 100 index, crossed the limit of 64,000 points for the first time and closed at 64,718 points. The continuous positive trend showcases the results of the measures taken by the caretaker government and other government institutions to put the country's economy back on track. This is Radio Pakistan. Chief of Army Staff General Syed Asim Munir has expressed Pakistan Army's resolve to continue its selfless and sacred duty of safeguarding every inch of the motherland till last drop of blood. He was interacting with the officers and soldiers who have displayed gallantry actions in different counter-terrorism operations during his visit to Peshawar. The Army Chief lauded their heroic and exemplary feats and said, "Nation takes pride and acknowledges the accomplishments of its armed forces." On the occasion, General Syed Asim Munir was given a detailed briefing on overall security situation, ongoing counter-terrorism operations, repatriation of illegal foreigners, and socio-economic developments in the newly merged districts. The Army Chief also handed an interactive session with the participants of the first national workshop, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The BJP led India's Hindutva regime, while expediting the move to snatch properties of defenseless Kashmiris, have attached more houses and land in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. According to Kashmir Media Service, 9 immovable properties were attached in Bandipora, Gandabal, Pulwama, Kulagam, and Udhampur districts today. Meanwhile, the All-Party Hurriyat Conference said Indian troops in severe cold weather make people, including women and children, stand in the open for hours during coordinated search operations. The APHC maintained that the Kashmir dispute was a reality and India cannot suppress it through atrocities, as peace in South Asia is linked to the resolution of the dispute. National Conference Vice President Umar Abdullah, speaking to the media in Pulwama, said that the Indian government and its election commission were engaged in a dubious alliance, leading to deprive the Kashmiri people of their right to vote. In Washington, the World Kashmir Awareness Forum and Kashmir Diaspora Coalition, in cooperation with Kashmir American Welfare Association, held a ceremony to launch Dr. Farhan Mujahid groundbreaking work on Kashmir. Pakistan welcomes the United Nations Secretary General's decision to invoke Article 99 of the UN Charter to bring attention of the UN Security Council towards the dire situation and humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza. At her weekly media briefing in Islamabad today, Foreign Office spokesperson Mumtaz Zahra Baloch said this decision of the Secretary General demonstrates his conscientious assessment of the catastrophic situation in Gaza. The spokesperson said Pakistan strongly and unequivocally condemns the continuous use of force by Israel and its indiscriminate acts on civilian facilities and infrastructure in a flagrant violation of international humanitarian law. Israeli airstrikes on refugee camps in Gaza Strip has martyred at least 23 Palestinians and injured many others. According to Wafa news agency, 17 people were martyred in an airstrike on a house in the Al-Maghazi refugee camp, while 6 Palestinians were martyred in an attack on a house in Al-Shabora refugee camp in southern Gaza. Pakistan defeated New Zealand by 4-0 goals in Junior Hockey World Cup match in Malaysia today. Pakistan's Arshad Liaquat scored 3 and captain Abdul Hanan Shahid 1 goal. Pakistan will play their final group match against Belgium on Saturday. And finally, the weather report. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while partly cloudy in upper parts during the next 12 hours. However, smog and fog is likely in plain areas of Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Upper Sindh during night. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.